Hi everybody, welcome back to the Method YouTube channel. If you've never heard of me before, my name is Gumdrops and I recently joined Method as a partnered streamer to bring you gold making news, advice and tips in World of Warcraft, which is what I do on my stream and in the wider community including Reddit and Discord. You join us today with a brand new monthly video series talking through the in-game economy with some highlights from my weekly column on wowhead.com. So in my time as an educator, so to speak, within the community, I try to follow the old saying, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So my aim is always, instead of just giving you the fish, I'd rather teach you guys to think and act like a gold maker so that you can find your own opportunities within the context of your personal playstyle and also the realm or server type that you might actually be playing on. Because at the end of the day, what will work for one person doesn't necessarily mean it will work for everybody. So, diving in and taking a look back on September in the WoW economy, it has been quite turbulent. The initial rush of the Battle for Azeroth expansion launch has been flattened out a little bit, however certain markets have definitely spiked because of an increase in demand with the introduction of several features such as Warfronts and the auction house deposit fee changes. Warfronts specifically are quite a lucrative gold source at the moment, while players are required to turn in materials and crafted goods to open up the Warfront, which give a ton of rewards like mounts, toys, pets and even reputation. You can check the homepage of Wowhead to verify what is currently required to be turned in on each faction when the Warfronts are active in each respective region, with the idea being that you actually look to invest in the items before the demand for them increases, as the price of them will naturally cycle up and down when Warfronts become accessible. You can watch the price of some of them, or if you're feeling particularly goblin-like, you can check all of them and either buy to resell later or buy materials to craft some of their items and profit at the peak of the Warfront. Speaking of profits, some of that has been eaten away by Blizzard after the introduction of the higher auction house deposit fees. If you didn't know, or perhaps even notice, there is a new 20% buyout fee as you post certain trade materials or crafting reagents. What this means in practice, if you post 100 auctions of one Ghostine ore for example, you will be charged 20% of the buyout per item you are listing it for on each individual auction. So a 20 gold buyout auction multiplied by 100 means you're actually paying 400 gold to post instead of 4 gold to post a stack of 100 all at once. This change was implemented by Blizzard as a temporary measure to discourage the posting of hundreds or even thousands of stacks of one item on the auction house, as I'm sure you guys have experienced on your servers. However, as it turns out, this doesn't really work very well for older materials from previous expansions. Things like living steel, corium bars and enchanted elementium bars for the Thunder Fury questline generally don't get listed or purchased often enough compared to current content, at least to warrant posting in bigger stack sizes, so you might actually find it easier to buy and sell these kind of items with very good profit margins through the trade chat on your realm and avoid the auction house fees altogether. It's worth keeping in mind though, you do get that 20% back if your auction sells, so generally it hasn't affected the behaviour of players since the vast majority of auctions will sell from Battle for Azeroth content. With that all said, if you are looking to up your game at the auction house, it may be time to check out the latest version of the Trade Skill Master add-on. If you're familiar with the tool, there were admittedly a few issues at the launch of version 4 that tied in with underlying problems on Blizzard's side. However, the Trade Skill Master team has been hard at work ironing out the bugs, reintroducing features from version 3, and also developing new tools and methods to supercharge your gold making strategies and make it even easier for the new user to dive in and get started. Version 4.4 was recently published with some cool new updates, including the inventory viewer that allows you to track all of your items across multiple characters. The shopping interface was redesigned and lets you post one-off items without having to go through the hassle of setting up groups and operations, just like an auctionator. Data for destroying items was also collected and added to the add-on, and this shows what you will get from something when you disenchant it, prospect it or mill it with inscription. You can check out more detailed information on what's new and what's changed in the add-on at tradeskillmaster.com and download it there for free. And after you've grabbed it, you might want to check out some crash course guides, and this month saw the launch of several playlists on YouTube from Shara, Samadan and Hazelnutty Games, plus a written blog series from The Lazy Goldmaker. Check those guys out in the description below to get a head start with the TSM add-on, including the powerful sniper tool. So taking a look ahead to what's coming up, patch 8.1 is currently on the public test realm and there looks to be several profession changes from the data mining we've seen on Wowhead. Alchemy flasks and potions have had their required materials such as anchorweed reduced, and weapon enchants have had the number of umbral shards per enchant lowered as well. I can personally see the flask market specifically trending down after the 8.1 patch launches, with the changes as they are on the test realm. It will be a lot easier to craft more items, and an increase in supply without an increase in demand will drop prices in general. Even if you don't have alchemy or even enchanting, you can buy and resell these consumables on popular raid nights for your server. It'll save you time farming the materials or having to worry about finding enough on the auction house to craft your items. In addition, the big three professions, as I like to call them, tailoring, leatherworking and blacksmithing, all have new recipes for crafted gear. Weirdly though, the eye level of these items you craft is only 300, so it's not really clear on where these items will live in the meta of gearing up a character, because world quests, warfronts, island expeditions, dungeons and LFR provide higher level items compared to the crafted items in patch 8.1. I just hope Blizzard's idea of making crafted equipment relevant isn't to keep them bind on pickup, because there's not really much gold to be made when you can't even sell the items that you craft. And at this point, we're still yet to see any hint of a system like Obliterum from Legion to upgrade gear, or even items with different stages like we saw in Warlords of Draenor. So my question to you guys watching or listening is, how successful has Battle for Azeroth crafted equipment been for you so far, and which profession items have been the best sellers for you? And that about wraps things up for this video and the September gold making summary here on the Method YouTube channel. I do hope you found all this information interesting and informative. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video and a comment letting us know, especially if you have a question about gold making. I'll certainly be glad to help out you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to get next month's video in your feed along with all the other great content from the channel. My name is Gumdrops with Method, and on behalf of Wowhead, thank you so much for listening. You can find me online through the links in the description below. So until next time guys, take it easy and happy gold making.